What a game, what an effort. Everybody's buying into Spencer Carberry's system. Your Washington Capitals are good again, baby. Let's go. Caps win again, this time by a 4-1 score, this time against the New York Islanders. Caps captain Alex Ovechkin, he would get things started off on the right foot, just as he has done so many times throughout his career, scoring the first goal of the game off of an Evgeny Kuznetsov face-off win in the Islanders zone. So Kuznetsov, he won the faceoff cleanly, drawing the puck back to Ovechkin. Ovi said after the game that was actually the plan there all along. They had talked about what they wanted to do before the puck had even dropped, like before that faceoff, and they executed it perfectly. So it is, like I said, an Ovechkin rip past Islanders netminder Semyon Varlamov, and it is 1-0 for the Capitals. And I love how after Alex Ovechkin scores this goal, and he beat Varlamov cleanly to do it. I just love how Varley gives Ovi the nod there, right? Like he's like, yeah, good shot, bro. Sometimes when a guy beats you cleanly, you've just got to give him your tip of the cap, right? And that is what Semyon Varlamov does there. And that is obviously a great show of respect between two former teammates in Varlamov and Ovechkin. Hunter frickin' Shepard, the MVP of the AHL playoffs last season, called up again because of the injury to Darcy Kemper and playing here on the second half of this back-to-back for the Caps after Charlie Lindgren got the win in New Jersey yesterday. Shepard had a really strong first period, making 11 saves and allowing just the one Islanders goal. The only puck that got past Hunter Shepard here was when Caps defenseman Nick Jensen stepped on a banana peel over in the corner. Shepard, he had just stopped the puck behind the net and he played it to Jensen. So Jensen's misstep, unfortunately, gave the Islanders a wide open cage to shoot at, and they would put it in, tying the game up at 1. In the second period, the Caps start the period on the penalty kill, but no worries, because the Washington Capitals have killed off 17 straight opposition power plays heading into this game against the New York Islanders. And that continued here, so you can make it 18 straight now. Another great penalty kill here by your Washington Capitals to keep it a 1-1 game. Then the Caps go-ahead goal and what would eventually stand as the game winner in this one. The Caps, they are crashing the net hard, which is always what you want to see out of your hockey club. And Nick Dowd eventually whacks one out of midair for the goal. 2-1 Caps. Welcome back, Nick Dowd, the best fourth-line center in the entire league, right? It is just his second game back from injury, and here he is making a big impact once again for the Caps. Dowd's goal was assisted by Nicholas Aube-Kubel and John Carlson. And then near the end of the second period, it's a crazy sequence here that started with a Beck Malenstein crossbar. The Islanders, they then get a 2-on-1 rush the other way. Big save by Hunter Shepard. The Caps come back down to the Islanders' end. Sonny Milano dances through every Islanders defender and then gets hauled down when he's going in all alone on Semyon Varlamov, okay? It's a blatant penalty. The Caps should be going to a power play, but there's no call. The Islanders, they then get a breakaway the other way because of the no call, okay? But they do not score. And honestly, this was a great sequence here by the hockey gods as well, right? Because there was absolutely no way that the Islanders should have been rewarded with a breakaway goal right there after they haul down, like I said, Sonny Milano to make it happen. And then they somehow don't get called for that. So the hockey gods, they said, nope, no way, not today. You are not getting a breakaway goal here off of that garbage. And so the Caps, they then take the puck back again and they go roaring back down to the Islanders' end, and Alexei Protas scores. 3-1 Caps, a great sequence by the Caps, but a great sequence as well, like I said, by the hockey gods. So that is a late goal near the end of the second period for the Caps with less than a minute left in the period. Those are always nice. And so that is how the second period would end. Caps up 3-1. Protas's goal, by the way, was assisted by Matthew Phillips and Connor McMichael. So that is the kid line doing damage and getting it done right there for the Washington Capitals. And after that big goal by the Washington Capitals to end off the second period, the third period then was a defensive clinic by the Caps, who had that 2-goal lead now, and combined with very strong net minding from Hunter Shepard throughout this game as well. Specifically in the third period, he stopped all 16 Islanders shots in the third period. So Hunter Shepard, he would not even let the Islanders sniff anything even remotely resembling a comeback here in this one. And he and the boys, they would finish out this game. Alex Ovechkin with the final goal to seal it. 4-1 is the final score for the Capitals. Beck Malenstein and Rasmus Sandin had the assists on Ovechkin's second goal of the night. But yeah, Hunter Shepard, right? Great game by the kid. Not only he was great throughout the entire game, but specifically, like I said, he was so clutch in the third period. He would not even give the Islanders a sniff of anything, giving them no hope at all. And for the game as a whole, obviously he stops 36 of 37 Islanders shots for the game. So that's phenomenal. The only goal that beat him, like I said, in this game was that miscue by Nick Jensen behind the Capitals net. That's the only goal that beat him. That's a good night. So, and he is 2 for 2 now as well in his NHL career. So 2 wins in 2 tries, not bad for the kid, who is, like I said, he was the playoff MVP in the AHL last season, and he is just cool as a cucumber in there. This guy has won every single place that he's ever been, right? He's a winner. And you can tell when you watch him play, like I said, cool as a cucumber in there, doesn't really let anything get to him. And he was just all night long, he was phenomenal in this one. And ultimately, this was a perfect, defensively responsible road game by the Caps on the second half of a back-to-back against a rested opponent. That is exactly the way that you need to play in those types of situations. And the Caps, they had the Islanders fans in the building chanting "Fire Lambert" by the end of this game. So that's a little bit tough to hear. I like Lane Lambert. Obviously, he was the Caps assistant coach for a long time on Barry Trotz's staff. He was our assistant coach when we won the Stanley Cup, obviously. He's a very good guy. I really liked him during his time in Washington. So it was tough to hear that. I didn't like to hear that. I didn't like that we were the ones that had them chanting that either. But what can you do? We needed the 2 points. And the Caps, they made it happen even with a very banged up defensive core, a lot of injuries right now. But they had lots of guys stepping up, young guys stepping up to take on roles, veterans like John Carlson, who are playing huge minutes right now. John Carlson is leading the entire NHL right now in time on ice, in ice time per game. So he's playing massive minutes and doing very well with it. And there's just a team-wide commitment to winning with this group. And this game was a perfect example of that. And ultimately, don't look now, but the Caps are now 6-1-1 in their last 8 games. And there has been some very strong opponents and some real tests in those 8 games as well. So things are looking good. And that is where I'm going to leave off here today. For today, we'll be back again, obviously, after the next game. But for today, that is where I would like to end it here on a very positive note. Like I said, Caps 6-1-1 in their last 8. What more can you really ask for? If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to hit that like button down below. Hit that subscribe button too if you haven't already done so. Tell all your friends, tell all your family, tell all of your fellow Caps fans. We are doing this all season long, baby. Janae Talks Caps on YouTube. Thank you all so much for watching. Until next time, babes, and as always, let's go Caps.